Welcome back. It's been like 3 weeks, but we're here. It's me and it's Paul. What's going on, Paul?
There are a lot of changes here on the show.
There's a lot of changes, man. Lots of things have happened in the last 3 weeks. There's a reason we haven't been around. There's a lot of things going on. Paul, why don't you go explain your life a little bit here for a minute? What's new in your
Oh,
life?
I just moved.
You did
I
move.
moved,
Number one.
and I got this microphone
Number
right
two.
here that you can see.
Yep.
And, for the listeners of the show, the funny thing about getting a microphone from Jake is you actually have to go to your local retail store and purchase it. And that's, so that lost in the mail stuff. It's funny.
Well, it just came back to me. I just never resent it out.
Yeah, let's keep this bit going.
I just never resent it. I'm looking at the box. It's by the front
Yeah,
door.
that's the funny thing. So go to your local retailer, get a mic.
And I still have to send him. The the audio converter. I can't think of the word for it right now. My brain is mush.
We also maybe a mix amp along the way.
I
A mix
might-
amp would be cool.
Yeah, maybe a Xanax. Maybe just so we can all chill the fuck out here after these past couple of weeks.
No,
Yeah, dude, you got a new place, man.
I do living larger.
You're living you got some new cat litter, which is cool. This is not a sponsored portion, but he's got this new cat litter that works out really great.
I know. So
And,
that's the funny thing about moving in, right? Is you start to understand all the things that you need,
Yep.
and whether it's furniture or whatever. But for me, it's meals. Been getting a weekly meal delivery and also cat litter delivery
Nice.
as well. So yeah, I won't. They're not sponsoring us yet, but we'll reach out eventually.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it
And
goes.
so they'll remain unnamed. But yeah, it comes every 4 weeks. You can throw that thing away every 4 weeks, which is nice. And the silica powder is non-odor, non-tracking. And my girlfriend's very happy with it. It
Good.
no longer smells like a toxic waste dump in the bathroom.
My girlfriend, so like recently, I've been bringing my girlfriend and she has me like whenever I stay over there for an extended period of time because this place basically, my apartment is basically just my studio now where I come and do work and then I leave and go back over there because I live in like a shitty area of town compared to her. It's just close to the strip. And I've been bringing my cats over to her house and they've been staying for like a week at a time or long, they just because we're there all the time. And I have a really nice litter box, but the one that we have over there is just a standard litter box with like regular ass clumping litter. She fucking hates it. Oh, does she hate it? She hates every bit of it. So this might be a good solution.
Yeah, and it'll definitely take some training. But yeah, I mean, all three of mine are just happy with it. They use it. And then not only that, but I got another attachment, which it's brand name. It's called a Litter Genie. But it's essentially
I know what the Litter Genie is.
a cat litter trash can
Yeah, like a
that's
baby.
specialized for litter. It's
Yep.
all scented and everything. I
Yep.
keep that thing right next to the
The
litter.
little gray
Man.
tower.
What was it?
Do you have it's a gray or purple tower? They come in two different colors, right?
Yep.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
I have one too. Yep.
Yeah, super easy to use. And new to my life, I've owned cats for the past 4 years. And within the past 2 weeks, the litter experience has changed dramatically.
Dude, I think we've had cats for the same amount of time in our lives at this point. We got our cats at roughly the same time. I got
Yeah,
Yoshi
I
around
mean,
the same time that you got yours.
Go on.
Yeah, that was it. That's my point.
Oh, that's your point.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm allergic to all these cats.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you got to take one for the team,
Exactly. You do it for the team.
Dude, so, fucking, what's new with me, man? What's going on with me? I don't know.
You? Pay-per-views?
That's this
When is
Saturday.
this?
That's this Saturday, May 22nd. I got a pay-per-view coming up, and it's actually happening. Stonies, I'm going tomorrow to check out their green room and everything else, and they better have a shitter in it. Because there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than when you have to go and take a shit, and like, you're like, hey man, where's the bathroom? And they're like, because you're like in the green room looking for the shitter. And you're like, oh, maybe it's just outside. Nope. They're like, oh, it's down there to the right. And you're like, I gotta shit by all these people? They're here to see me. I'm on the poster. Like, it's weird. Like when the guy sitting in
On
seat
the
7,
poster.
it's just weird when the guy sitting in seat C7 is shitting right next to you, and then you're like washing hands, and he does that weird look when he's looking at you, and then he's looking at the poster by the mirror, and then he's looking at you again, and it's like, yeah, it's me. I'm on the poster, and I had to take a shit. Sorry. Like I know, and it's just this whole thing. So if you don't have a shitter in your green room, that's the #1 way of making sure I will never come back to your fucking club ever. I will never come back. If I can't shit in peace and then leave immediately and get some free soda on the way out, because I don't drink, yeah, I will be, that's what I want. And there's nothing worse either than when you show up and they already have, like, a shitload of liquor in the back, and it's like, could you ask first? Not everyone drinks, you fucks. I know they're trying to be polite, but it's like, if you really want to be polite, lay out some weed for me. Okay, give me a couple joints, and we'll talk.
Right.
This is not...
now here I am thinking, like, can we get a soda stream or two? Can we get one of
soda
those
stream?
disposable CO2 things?
Possibly a Keurig next to that. If I could just... a Mr. Coffee would be great if you didn't have a Keurig. Oh, man. I have no reason to be this tired today. Other than just, I'm stressed, man. I'm really stressed out, you know? It's a lot going on.
I see it in your hair.
Yeah, dude. My hair... I was filming CSI Vegas this week. Oh, last week.
Shameless plug.
And it's, well, I'm in it, so of course I'm gonna plug the fuck out of that. I'm a detective.
That's
and
right.
I am a tourist, so I've got two different roles, so you'll be like, wow, wasn't that guy just a tourist 3 seconds ago? And it's like, yeah, I got a badge now, bitch. What's up? It's gonna make no sense, but whatever, get over it.
This is America.
This is America, you know? Guns in my area.
But man, do you want to talk for a second how we managed to pay for the security deposit of this new place?
How you managed to pay for it? What does that mean?
Yeah. Oh, my boy Clay Collard.
Oh, you're talking about you got the bet to pay for it? Oh, yeah.
We get this show on the road. We get back on the tracks.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We do it. How many minutes in are we?
Only 6, dude. We're not at 7. We're not
okay.
that bad.
No, that's not bad.
This is pretty good. This is much better than My Favorite Murder with fucking Karen Kilgariff and What's Her Dick. God, those bitches. The whole first half hour of their fucking podcast now is just their political views. It's so annoying. Fuck. I miss when that show was fun. People listening are like, I get it, man, but fuck. Oh, it's like when Rogan used to be on Apple Podcasts back when it was fun. And he would have, like, random people who spoke about aliens in the desert. Like, the fun days of Rogan's podcast.
Dude, what drives me nuts about all that is, so I have an Apple Watch, and I do not pay for the, the online or go on. So you have to download things to the watch, and they no longer have the subscription for Rogan, right? So it's all,
right. It's all Spotify.
Just Apple Podcasts. So I just can't do it. I can't run.
I don't do, well, no, I'm telling you right now, and it's the same thing. Like, I don't think Rogan expected the drop-off that he had, but, like, no one really listens to his shit anymore. Like, dude, no one wants to go over to fucking Spotify where Taylor Swift is suing her fans. Like, no one wants to be over there, okay? No one's interested.
Oh, yeah, it's almost like Clubhouse. I hate to compare it to that. But it's just so funny. Like, people are just waiting for Joe, just miss up for Fauci to just own him. Or Fauci just put him on a poster and dunk on him.
I'm just waiting for Rogan to come back to, like, when he was like, I do this podcast because it's fun, because I enjoy doing the podcast, it's fun for me, and then someone gives him $100 million, and he's like, actually, I don't, I do this podcast for money, and then he just immediately, it's like, God, you know, like, I don't know, if someone gave me $100 million, it'd be hard to turn it down, but I'm just saying, like, when you spend the first 10 years of your podcast saying that you don't do ads because it's not about money, and you don't do this because it's not about money, and then immediately sell out to Spotify, like, it's kind of a weird. Oh yeah, do you talk shit to Rogan because he has $100 million and you don't? I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, I was in L.A. A couple weeks ago, and I say a couple weeks ago like it was a couple weeks ago. I don't even know. It was probably a long time ago. But Bill Burr was there. Bill Burr was there. You know, yeah. Time isn't real anymore. The time just isn't real. And Bill Burr was there, and we're just talking about how everyone's leaving to go to Texas and Vegas, and they're not in L.A. anymore. And he's like, dude, only one of those guys has $100 million. All right, all these other motherfuckers are just chasing it. I'm like, Bill, Bill, I love you so much. Because, like, seriously, there's like a mass exodus out of LA.
Yeah, I mean, first off, if I was a homeowner, I would be getting out of anywhere that has a possible chance of flooding due to climate change. First off, you own a place in the Florida Keys. Got a place on the coast. Yeah, we're moving out.
Well, especially everyone, they're gonna make levees. Yeah, ask New Orleans how that went.
Yeah, even in Wisconsin, dude, you get a hard wind, and the houses that are built on the banks of Lake Michigan get torn up.
Yeah, Yeah.
And we're talking about a place that is actively shrinking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fine. Just continue to buy
no,
land.
No, yeah, a hard gale wind
Just do
comes
you.
in and knocks that place, the shingles right off.
More than the shingles, you'd probably be losing siding, shingles, fucking gutters, windows would blow out. You'd be losing hella shit and fucking strong winds off the coast like that.
You know what I'm not worried about?
I'm not worried about the fact that your bets are doing pretty well right now.
Well, let's talk about the sponsor.
Which sponsor?
Of my bets. Clay Collard.
He's not our sponsor. Go on, though.
Clay Collard is personally sponsoring me.
No, he's not. Your bet sponsored you.
That is also true. But yeah, I mean, 7-1? What are we talking about? Did I not tell you guys that he would just box the face off Pettis?
You said it.
That's just what happens. And he comes in, drops him 4 times in 2 rounds. Yeah, he took a head kick, got up. You know, he's fine. He wasn't on skates. The flying knee put him on skates. But after yeah, flying knee after that definitely put him on skates. But he recovered. He would, if they rematched, he would maul Pettis.
No, for real, for real.
And you'll never see that line.
It's too much, Kev. It's too much. I'm sick of seeing you,
Two Jumanjis.
I'm sick of seeing you, dude. I'm sick of it. You know? Like, not even The Rock is that out there. Dude.
The triple championship header.
Champ motherfucker!
That was it. So let's start from the bottom up. I mean, Anthony Smith is the man. He's the man.
He is.
Oh, yeah. The guy that takes the belt from the GOAT, and then he defends the belt. Yeah, he breaks his leg in the same way. No, not.
Yeah, no. Dude, I remember when you sent me... Do you want to know
I'm
where
getting tense thinking about it.
Do you want to know where I was when you sent me that photo of his leg getting snapped up? I was at dinner with my girlfriend's parents.
Rough.
I opened that up and it's just a shin in 2 places. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm actually eating a hamburger, but thank you very much for this photo. That's good. That's good timing.
I mean, the sport is evil.
The sport doesn't care about your timing. Do you think he's gonna get the metal shin? Do you think?
And then juxtapose it with what we just saw this past weekend with Jacare getting his arm snapped in half.
For real.
Tony Ferguson getting his knee torn to shreds.
Dude,
like we are actively watching our heroes die.
Well, I think it's because it's been so far since, like, it's been so long, dude. You know, they aren't training the way they used to. They're just, their bodies are not fucking ready. It's weird. They're going, you know, is that my stupid opinion? Is that a dumb opinion?
No, it's not a dumb opinion. It's so the thing with MMA, right, is you lose to a guy once. You probably never see that guy again. Rematches are very seldom. And if you go to basketball, hockey, any other sport, rematches happen all the time. You lose to a team, and also team sports. But let's say you go to an individual sport like gymnastics or fencing or whatever. You probably see that dude all the time. You never see that dude again.
Nope.
And,
no, you're right.
Oh, man. So it's definitely a term of volume where you just never see Chris Weidman, right? You'll see him for 4 fights. He's the champ. He loses 3 times in a row. Next fight, breaks his leg. And you're like, did he get old overnight? Did Jacare get old overnight? And it's like, no, you just haven't seen him enough. And, you know, that's the problem. You don't really appreciate it. You blink, and Weidman's not the champ.
Yeah, dude. No, it's... Yeah. I mean, okay. So, first of all, how fucking painful go to a fucking doctor? You know what my parents brought me? To the motherfucking chiropractor.
That makes sense.
So, not only that, the chiropractor's like, oh no, we shouldn't brace this at all. You need to work on strength. You need to work on strength. I would walk on it. Okay, flash forward 1 year, and I sprained my ankle really bad. And my parents are like, oh, you sprained your ankle again. And so this time I go in to a doctor, and they're like, did you know your ankle healed wrong? And I was like, healed wrong from what? And they were like, he was like, well, you broke it. And I was like, when? He was like, I don't know, but it's healed wrong. So I fucking broke my ankle and walked on it until it was healed because my parents brought me to a fucking chiropractor.
Jesus.
So out there, if you're listening and you have kids, don't take them to a fucking chiropractor unless they need their back cracked. If they have if like shit's black and blue, that's not a chiropractic situation, man. I still feel it to this day. Like my ankle is never gonna be the same.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Again,
I wish I knew.
They did their best.
Never gonna be the same though.
They did their best as parents. They did, but this was the wrong call, there, Chief. This is not a good one. I went to.
That's not a good one.
Well, the problem.
Another one. Not a good one. what Valentina did to Jessica Andrade.
What do you mean?
That was scary. That was, I mean, we thought Andrade was going to come in and show some strength, show some wrestling.
Oh, you just
really
mean
push.
the overall performance?
Oh,
I was trying to think for like
Valentina is a champion among champions.
I didn't realize what you were talking about. Yes, go on.
She's the 1% of the 1%.
I wouldn't say 1% of 1%, because if she went up against Cyborg, which you think she'd fucking hold her own?
I mean, they're weight classes for a reason. But yeah, as of right now, if you did Valentina versus Cyborg, Valentina would smash.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Cyborg's not washed. I'm not saying Cyborg's washed, but they're just at different trajectories in their career.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Yeah, and the size difference, I'm probably underestimating it as well. But man, Valentina took her down like 6 of 7 times and just destroyed her.
Damn, dude.
Just smashed her.
Yeah.
Just took her down, elbowed her face off. And that's not what we thought was going to happen. We thought, she lost a round to Jennifer Maia. My God, she lost 1 round to Jennifer Maia. She's been exposed. And no, she and then in her post fight where she's angry and she's screaming at anyone who doubted her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a champ. That's a champ right there.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with you.
And then you fast forward to her training partner, Thug Rose, with the 1-minute knockout head kick.
Yep.
That's Rose is the truth.
Rose is good, man. Rose is fucking good. Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody gets out of that first round with Rose. Obviously.
I'm trying to think of every fight that we...
Joanna and all that, but man, that first round, she's a dynamo.
I'm trying to think of all the fights that we've missed. We missed quite a few.
Yeah, I'm going through my notes right now, which is funny because I'll do the notes, but we won't do the show.
Well, I'm here on... What?
Dude, I've got all these notes here.
What do you mean about the... What do you mean the show?
This show. We missed 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you mean. I'm looking at the events, and I'm just realizing now that this weekend's 263 Fight Night is the same fucking day as my pay-per-view event, which means people have to choose. Fuck you guys.
You gotta choose.
You better choose me, bitches, all of you. If I see one of you motherfuckers who listens to this not watching my pay-per-view and instead watching the fight, Paul, I'll be pissed.
No, you just pre-order. It's cheaper that way.
Okay, I'm in the notes.
Isn't it cheaper to pre-order?
My fight? Not my fight, my
show.
Yeah,
your fight.
Show. Yeah.
Your fight with Jake Paul.
No, I would never fight. He would kill me. I talk shit about him, but he would fucking kill me. I know where I'm also here in the real world. I realize where I'm at. I'm the type of dude that would wear baseball shoes or baseball cleats.
By the way, how funny is it that I just will not accept that the Paul brothers are fighters? And you can see in my notes that I wrote Chris Paul versus Daniel Cormier in my notes because I just refuse to admit it. I won't do it. It's a subconscious thing. It's just hilarious.
Well, at some point you got to recognize that they are kind of professionals.
I just can't believe that he stopped an entire pay-per-view to chant for him. You got Daniel Cormier putting his headset down and leaving mid-commentary to go put his finger in the chest of Jake Paul. Man, those kids took over him, man.
It's unfortunate.
I'm very interested at this point.
It's kind of unfortunate that they've taken over MMA, but...
It's unfortunate, but we need to send a real tribute. We need someone... The actual fight is Nick Diaz versus Jake Paul. That's the fight.
Fucking Randy Couture, get back in there. Let's go. I'm talking to him this weekend anyway at the fucking show. So I'll just be like, dude, I need you to get back in the ring and fuck this kid up, please.
Yeah, we need Nick Diaz.
It could be Nick Diaz. Because Nick Diaz...
Nick is our boy.
He's just a fucking gangster, man. Honestly, at the end of the day, that motherfucker would kill... That dude, I feel like he's the type of dude that if someone fucked with you, he would come up to you and be like, Paul, man, $600, I can get some pipes to fuck this dude's legs up. I guarantee you.
The thing with Nick is, and his brothers, they want pay-per-views, right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to take anything. Can you imagine Nick taking on, Vicente Luque in the top 5?
It wouldn't happen.
Welterweight?
It wouldn't happen.
No, it's not going to happen. We need Nick's name in the press, and he's going to be our MMA tribute. He's going to murder Jake Paul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's how I hope it happens.
Well, we'll see. But it needs to happen, but will it happen? Most likely not. That's like, let's get real. You know, like, will Nick Diaz actually come out to fucking fight Jake Paul, or will Nick Diaz be like, I have a 9?
He wants to fight. He came out. He's been training with Tyson Fury apparently.
Well, either way, I feel like Nick Diaz is the type of motherfucker to put a 9 in Jake's head instead of fucking fight him, because it's just he's the type of, I don't know. He got the fucking tattoo that says "I got your hat."
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Like, someone just needs to take a baseball bat to his fucking throat and just collapse his trachea. You know, for real.
Yeah.
He needs his ass.
Something.
He needs his ass kicked so bad. He needs his fucking ass kicked. He really does.
And I can't believe all the fights that we had. I mean, they were all bangers. Looking back on this, we got Yuri Prochazka versus Dominic Reyes.
Yeah, dude. We
Yuri with the spinning back elbow.
Yeah.
That was 10 minutes of a sheer chaos. That was Yuri. Yuri's an interesting guy. Of all the fighters I've watched in the UFC, I've never seen anyone like him.
Do I look tired, by the way? Do I look pretty tired?
You?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Dude.
Been a long day.
But I didn't have a long day. That's the thing. The thing is that it's just been a lot in one day. But it's not been a long day. You know what I mean? I did sleep in because it's been a long week last week. And I am pretty groggy from that. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Is it stress? Does stress make you tired?
It does.
Yeah, well, you know.
Because
My girlfriend pulls out gray hairs out of my head every fucking morning. Every morning she wakes up and pulls gray hairs out of my head. I'm 26. What in the actual fuck? Oh, do you want to hear a cool statistic I learned?
Let's hear it.
Do you? Okay. So, our age group as millennials, right? We're in our mid-20s or whatever the fuck. And as we own of global wealth, or of American wealth, 4% of global wealth, of American wealth. Okay, I keep saying global, but that's not true. American wealth, we own 4% of it. Mark Zuckerberg owns 2% of that 4% that millennials hold. Okay, so one person owns half of all wealth among all millennials. Okay, on top of that, if you were to go back in time when our parents were our age, those same people held 9.5% of wealth.
Huh.
Isn't that a cool statistic?
It's something.
It just makes me
another one of the very joyous things about being alive today.
I'm just excited to get older and just never own property. You know, it's great that I just, you know, unless you have parents to do it for you, you are not going to own property. It's just the way shit is at this age. It fucking sucks. Ugh. I got my underwear all gummed up in my fucking nuts right now. I got to pull them down. Sorry, everyone. Sorry about that. Sorry. We all know it happened, dude. Who was the fighter that did that with Rogan? Who was the fighter that did with Rogan when he's, why'd you take your pants down? Because my balls was hot. Oh, all right. Yeah, your balls were hot. Okay. How'd you feel? Who was that did that?
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis. Oh, what a hero.
Yeah, he actually just came out, so he's going to fight Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And they asked him, like, so, why, what's going on between you and Francis? Do you like Francis? Do you not like him? And he's like, Francis makes me look terrible with my shirt off. So I gotta kill
him. So I gotta kill him. It's right of way. Yeah, it's just the passage. Sorry.
Yeah, it makes him look bad.
Gotta die now.
It's got to go down.
Oh, what a hero.
Like Anthony Joshua versus Ruiz. But, man. And then this past weekend, we had the pay-per-view, Chandler, Oliveira, which broke my heart. Ferg, Dariush broke my heart even harder.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just so crazy to watch Chandler have the most epic first round ever. Just the perfect first round. If you were to say, like, how does Chandler win this fight? And you paint the first round picture, and then you don't paint him getting knocked dead within 10 seconds of round 2. Yeah.
Wait, what happened there? Misstep? What the fuck? Tired?
Well, he just got clipped with a huge left hook.
Well, yeah, he got clipped with a huge left hook, but how the fuck do you miss that? It was just
all over from the skates and all.
Dude, he missed it big, though. Like that, I don't know how you missed that.
He went in. So Chandler is kind of a short guy, so he likes to set up his space with a hard rear straight to the body. So he fires that thing like a piston to the body, and it makes you drop your guard, and you start to lean a little bit. And he just fired that hard shot and got caught over the top, and that's just, how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
Usually you roll under it, or you pull back hard, or you stay in the pocket, and the hook goes over, or it hits the top of your head, or something like that. But man, he just got caught clean right on the side. It shook him.
Okay.
And now we send Habib's belt to Brazil.
Does he not get to keep like a copy of it? Is there like a belt that they remake, or does he have to give it up and send it out?
No, you're the undisputed champ right now.
What's that?
He's the undisputed champ.
No. I mean, like, okay, so when you get a belt, right? Like, let's say you get, like, Khabib when he gets that belt. Now, does he get to keep that belt forever and then, like, lose the title of the belt, but he gets to keep one on his wall or whatever?
That's how okay, so it used to be that if you won a belt, it was a new belt every single time.
Okay.
Now they put a ruby in it. Then they decorate your belt with rubies with their, they have a contract with apparently a jeweling company that does it.
Okay, but each one, so like it's not like the Stanley Cup where you win it and then when you're done with it you have to send it back and then they give it to the next winner. Okay, all right, cool. Because that, like, is cool. Like, I love the Stanley Cup for that reason. But man, that would fucking suck to win a belt and then be like, okay, bye. Now you have to give it up.
Well, that's the funniest thing in the entire world, right? So Connor posted a picture, like, probably 2 years ago at this point, of him with multiple belts, and you're counting all the belts. You're like, wait a second, he's got an extra belt. Like, Connor didn't win that belt. Like, he has the belt over Mendez, he has the belt over Aldo, and he has the belt over Eddie Alvarez. And the guy's got 4 belts somehow. You're like,
where's the 4th belt
what is going on here? And it's because they took Tyron Woodley's belt from the back to give Connor his champ moment.
What?
Yeah, it's a legendary story. That when Connor's out there freestyling with Joe Rogan, asking where his second belt is, he's like, where's my second belt? You know, like dancing all over the place. Apparently Dana ran into the back and begged, took Tyron Woodley's belt and then threw it on Connor, and Connor just kept Woodley's belt, and Woodley got that belt from beating Wonder Boy earlier that night.
You've got to be shitting me.
Yep, true story.
It's a stolen belt.
Yeah, it's a stolen. Connor's got this belt at home that belongs to Tyron Woodley.
Why is Tyron okay with that?
Because Tyron's chasing Jake Paul right now.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. I would be like, hey man, that's my fucking... First of all, Dana White should be on like his fucking horse getting that back for him after stealing it in the first place. Fuck you, Dana. I ran into you at the store the other day anyway, bitch. I say
Dana
that like...
would giggle at the story. He'd be like, yeah, I did that.
He was at the Bellagio the other day. He's a high roller.
Not surprised at all.
Yeah, no, he'll put like millions. He'll put like $1 million down on a fucking on a bet.
Send it,
dude. And then he'll lose it, and it's just like, huh.
Yeah, but I do want to address one thing,
please,
which is the Tony Ferguson Beneil Dariush fight, and I'm getting kind of furious listening to these guys, the talking heads, who are just like, yeah, Tony's basics, his fundamentals caught up, and he's just one of those guys never really understood range, jabs, anything. He's just kind of been
that
funky.
It's
like
bullshit.
Dude, where was that 2 years ago? Like, were you calling out Tony's jab 2 years ago, and you're like, yeah, Tony can't jab? Like, no, the problem is everyone talks about styles make fights, right?
Well, first of all, Tony can jab, number one.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? We're like, oh, style versus style. The problem is age is the dividing factor, right? And Tony had a style that guys he would break guys down. It looked like they'd been thrown into the wood chipper. It looked like they'd been thrown in front of farm equipment. And he just sliced them with elbows. And now he's gotten to the point where he's taking so much damage, whether it's damage or age or whatever it is. Only he knows.
Yeah.
That style just doesn't work anymore, to where you can then make the easy point of, oh, well, it's a jab. Oh, it's a footwork. Oh, it's fundamental. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's just his style is not enhanced by what he was, 3 years ago.
No, absolutely. Dude, it's time. There's nothing you can do to escape time. As a fighter, even as a fucking commentator, to pretend like time doesn't exist is kind of stupid. Like, remember back when Peyton Manning was in his final season, with the Broncos, and they're like, well, if you look back to what this time when he was with the Indianapolis Colts, it looks like he had a little bit of a better throwing arm back in the day. Yeah, a decade ago, probably.
Yeah.
So did
and
you.
A fused neck.
Yeah, so did you. I'm sure you looked a little better 10 years ago, Joe Buck. You fucking short piece of shit. Get your horse teeth back in your mouth and stop talking. God, him and Troy Aikman need to just fucking fall off a cliff. Let's be honest. Like Troy
It's
Aikman,
amazing those guys get votes for MVP.
how the fuck does Troy Aikman, number one, first of all, I need to get this off of here. I'm showing my other little screen on here somehow. My bad. This whole time there's been like a picture-in-picture of me the way that you see me, which is different than how they see me. Anyway. What was I talking about? Kind of high.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah, Troy Aikman. He, like, there's no doubt, back in the day, he was the fucking shit. He was a good quarterback. He was a great quarterback. It does not mean you're a good commentator. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Can you imagine Conor McGregor being a commentator for the UFC? It would be a fucking disaster. It would be a disaster.
It's kind of what Triller's doing right now with Snoop Dogg and all those guys.
Oh, don't even get me started with that.
You got Snoop Dogg, like, go get my money! Like, during the fight, you're like, what is happening right now?
And Snoop recently just comes out with, like, beef against Eminem for some reason. Like, Snoop, you guys... No.
You want to get murdered on a track.
It's just, and it's like Snoop, I love Snoop Dogg, he's classic, but let's be honest with you, Eminem would eat your ass open.
Kill Shot Part 2.
He doesn't give a flying fuck about anything that he says at all, not one bit. And like Snoop, you've got this like Snoop's got like a code, you know, like the gangster's code where you don't say certain things about certain people or whatever. Eminem has the fucking I came from nothing code, and I will fucking rape you for getting in my way. Rape might not be the correct term. I apologize for using that term for whoever's upset. I can already feel the emails coming. I already answered 2 today. Leave me alone. Fuck. But yeah. My language gets me in trouble sometimes. Can you believe that?
In your profession?
It's not real. It's not crazy. Wow. Not weird. Hey, we were listening to some of the background audio and we're trying to piece together some scenes, and it sounds like you just kept dropping the F-bomb. Next time you're on set, please refrain from using so many words.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
my bad. Sorry. Love you. Heart.
No.
Heart emoji. No, not really. I didn't send that back.
With love.
No, it was a fun time though, man. The director gave me his card. The producer talked to me. It was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, so this is I'm looking through the notes and everything. It's kind of a weird episode because we got a massive amount of recap and really nothing to look forward to.
What are you talking about? We have my pay-per-view this weekend.
Well, yeah, we got that looking forward to.
Yeah.
But we also they have a early morning card. They definitely don't have a pay-per-view this weekend. It's an early morning card with Garbrandt and Rob Font.
Are you talking about the Apex? It's at 4 p.m.
Yeah, it's really early.
I guess. I mean, don't they have like prelims and shit to get through first?
No. That's the main card, 100%. It's an early showing.
Oh yeah, prelims are at 1 p.m. You're right. Prelims are at 1 p.m. But I mean, they got quite a few fighters to get through on the main card too. They've got, Hermanson. They've got fucking Dvorak. They've got Spencer. They got a whole lot of people to get through yet.
Okay, so yeah, definitely not as early as I thought, but yeah, it's about 2 hours early.
Yeah, it's earlier than usually. Yeah, it's like a 6 or 7 usually Pacific time.
But yeah, the big fights on that, you've got Hermanson versus Shabazian. I think Hermanson gets it done. I think he just wrestled him. But maybe Shabazian. If Shabazian wins, especially impressively, that's like superstardom right there. For a kid who's like 22 years old to do that to Hermanson, that would be wild. But yeah. I think Hermanson just grapples him.
Well, probably.
And then you've got,
but
then you got Carlos Esparza versus Jan, and that is a fight I'm really intrigued by because if Esparza wins, you have the rematch for the belt with Rose, which goes all the way back to the induction of the division where Carla beat Rose by submission.
Damn. So this might be like one of the first times the belt gets handed over. Oof.
I think Rose smashes Esparza in the rematch.
Oof.
But
how cool would that be?
That would be a very big moment for the division. It would be nice to see the circle, get finalized.
You know what I'm big on? I'm loving how much women's UFC is getting involved too, because those bitches can fight, man. Those fucking women train hard, dude. They would whoop my ass any day of the week. Any day of the week, they would whoop my ass.
That is the truth.
So yeah, people shit on them because they're, oh, it's women. Watch a fight. Watch a fucking fight.
Watch Rose head kick Whaley into another dimension.
I'm serious. Some of like the women's sports have some of the best games of all time. People just need to give it like okay, straight up the gold medals game for the women's World Cup in hockey. That was the one straight hands down one of the best games of hockey I've ever watched in my fucking life, and it was women's hockey. And everyone's like, oh, it's women's hockey. You know how good that shit was? That was fucking excellent. People need to give it a chance. They really do. They really fucking do, man.
Well, yeah, do you want to touch on hockey a little bit?
I can touch on hockey. Like, right now is the playoffs. You should definitely be watching it, too. What the fuck is wrong with you not watching?
I should, but, I mean, for the past week, I didn't have my TV mounted to the wall because I forgot the screws and had to order them off Amazon.
Basically, right now, everyone is fucking, tied, like, 1-1, and they're going into, like, the third game. But it's fucking crazy. It's been a lot of fun, man. I am a huge fan. For somehow the Carolina Hurricanes won the President's Trophy this year, which is just like, okay, why not? Or maybe not. No, not the President's Trophy. My bad. The Klutch Division's title. My bad. That's my bad. The Avalanche won the fucking President's Trophy, which means that next year the Avalanche will most likely be dog shit. Every time that the team wins the President's Trophy, which is like the best overall record of the year, they end up just being fucking shit the next year. Yeah, dude, I don't know. You should watch more of the playoffs. It's good stuff, man. The North Division is straight up just Canadian teams, and it's really fun just to watch Canada hockey only. Like, it's fun, man. It's good stuff. The East is great. The Bruins and the Capitals are playing right now. The Islanders and Penguin. It's good shit, man. Big fan.
Oh, wait a second. That reminds me. The big thing that we didn't talk about.
What did we not talk about?
Canelo over Billy Joe Saunders.
Oh, you're correct. We did not even discuss it one bit.
Canelo broke his face into 1 million pieces.
And I would say more like 1,412 pieces.
Yeah, it was. And for those that are going out like, oh, Billy Joe had a good job. Oh, Billy Joe had this. You know, yeah, he did look good in spots. And then you look at Bettor at 175 pounds, and maybe he has success. But Canelo's the man right now. He measured Billy Joe and smashed him. And that rear uppercut, we talked about it. It's a disrespectful punch to get hit by that. It's not only disrespecting Billy Joe, but he is clobbering him with mallets.
Yeah.
It's scary to watch. And he broke his face.
His face. I'm pretty sure that he fractured his eye fucking bone thing right here, whatever that's called, your optical bone. What is it called?
I believe this is the zygomatic arch right here. But he snapped that thing off, and you actually, I looked at the surgical notes for it, you have to detach the eye to put a plate into the socket to solidify it back together, and then reattach the eye.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
But then you got guys who are like, Billy Joe quit on the stool. He's a quitter.
His face
got his eye knocked out of his skull.
He was basically Palestine to IDF. He just got absolutely fucking slapped in the face. It was ridiculous. He broke his face.
You smashed him. It was so scary to watch. And I remember looking at it, I was like, Canelo's going to figure him out. And I thought it would be a body stoppage. I thought he would hurt him to the body, and that would be the end of it. But Canelo hit him once, and then Canelo started raising his hands to the crowd of 72,000 people. And you could feel it, that if Billy Joe came out for the next round, it was not only going to be over, but it would be catastrophic.
It would be career-ending next round.
Yeah, it would be awful. You would pull out the stretcher.
Well, here's the deal. Like, we love the fights. We do love fighting. But we don't want the fighters to get fucking hurt, like, truly hurt. And he was truly hurt. Like, truly hurt. He was injured very, very badly. And so...
Yeah, and his eye was a mess.
I mean, not his eye, his nose, his cheek, his fucking lip. His forehead was split by the hairline. Like, he was fucked up, man. His eyebrow was cut. He's fucked up.
Well, that's where the egos get too far, right? Because Billy Joe has this thing where he had a guy that he fought, and that guy took a knee. You know, he quit, essentially. In the same, if we want to talk about birds, quit, quote unquote.
Right.
But
surrendered, gave
that's
up,
the thing.
whatever.
If you listen to these guys, everyone will say, I'm the toughest, I'm willing to die in there, I'm willing to do this and that and the other. But it's until you're in there and all that stuff, dude, you got a family to go home to.
Dude,
We're
at
fighters,
the
we
end of the
love
day,
all of them, but they're not gladiators.
No.
These guys aren't fighting to the absolute death. It might seem like that, but there's a referee in there. It's not like we're feeding guys to lions. We're not, the Roman Empire in the 1200 CE.
No.
This is a sport at the end of the day, and we love it because it's one athlete versus another guy, mano a mano, somewhat no holds bar, and we gotta see who's on top. And that clicks with me, clicks for a lot of people, but man, it's just kind of sad to see Billy Joe get raked over the coals like this.
It was just a lot. It was just a lot, is what I would say. I don't know how else to say it. It was just a lot.
Man, there's nothing better than seeing, like, when boxing goes right, like when you're watching a pay-per-view.
Like a good box.
Like, I remember when Tyson Fury sang American Pie after he KO'd Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
And I went to bed that night and, like, the world makes sense. when Canelo was like, Viva Mexico, cabrones! Like, that, I went to bed with my head on the pillow in the same way. I'm like, yes.
The world is starting to,
okay.
the stars are aligning. So, for some reason, it's all good tonight. No, that's great. That's fucking hilarious.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, in sports where there's such catastrophe, and when things go right, quote unquote, when you watch the best in the world be the best in the world, and you just see that opinion, not your opinion, it feels good to be right about things, but when the consensus opinion, like when Floyd Mayweather mauls Logan Paul, or I'm going to go to bed with the same feeling.
Oh, absolutely.
Where it's like, finally. The world is spinning again.
I know. But how pissed, just be honest with me, how pissed will you be if Floyd Mayweather's only loss is to Logan Paul?
We close this podcast. You'll never see me again.
We don't ever speak again. We go into the Andes Mountains and we build a little cabin. And
you never see me again. This is not a society or future I want to be a part of. I could not go on.
I would be very upset.
Yeah, you would see me sitting next to Dana until I eventually just indebted myself.
I would just call bullshit, first of all. I would be like, something's rigged. Something's fucking rigged. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is, but something in here is fucking rigged.
What's going to be amazing is I can tell you right now, this is a prediction. Paul looking into his glass, crystal ball right here. Floyd's going to make Logan rewrap his hands at least twice.
Probably.
At least twice. He did it to Pacquiao like 5 times.
Do you think Logan's going to make him rewrap his hands a couple times?
Yeah, but he won't understand. Like, he'll be doing it as like a show of like, I got your hat, like, silly stuff like that.
Yeah,
where Floyd already warmed up. Floyd's already waiting for it. And he doesn't play around, and he knows that Logan, this is the first time that he's shown up under the big lights, and he's ready to prepare, he's ready to do all this stuff. But guess who's wrapping their hands until the bell rings?
Dude, I just don't understand why Logan would take this big of a fight to be his first big fight.
Yeah, mostly because I think they're 100% lining up for the Logan v. Jake Paul pay-per-view. The brother v. brother pay-per-view. Jake's going to lose his mind on the Impulsive podcast. They're going to push each other. He might throw a chair. And they'll fight each other on pay-per-view eventually.
I will kill myself. I will kill myself.
There will be kids in high school who will say that is the greatest day of their life.
I will jump in front of a moving airplane and get sucked into the engine and just get ground up until I'm just jerky and I'll just be shot out the ass end of it. That is what I will be if that fight happens.
Get ready.
I will have apoplexy. Do you hear me? Apoplexy is what I will have. If you have, this is what I will have. I will have apoplexy. Ugh.
Gosh.
Don't say
it's so crazy that all the talking points that we've had have just totally dwarfed this Diego Sanchez versus Joshua Fabia.
Yeah, whatever.
Or Diego Sanchez and Joshua Fabia thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can. We're going to talk about it.
Well, I mean, Diego's saying the UFC is hiring assassins to kill him.
Wait, what? I didn't hear any of this.
Oh, yeah. So, Cowboy Cerrone was supposed to fight Diego Sanchez, but then Joshua Fabia, his coach, had a series of videos where they're like yelling at commentators, and they're posting like training videos of Diego hanging upside down like a bat as he gets like punched in the head for 20 minutes.
Very cool.
And it's all very concerning. So the UFC cuts him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And they're now on a media rampage right now. And it's just disappointing to watch to be the Ultimate Fighter champion. But it's just one of those things, like some guys can age gracefully in the sport. Look at Chuck Liddell. Like, ask Chuck Liddell how his retirement went.
No, but...
Like, hey, should I have fought Tito Ortiz,
Jesus.
Golden Boy?
No.
No.
But,
like, that's the thing. Diego's going to go to bare knuckle fighting championships, get knocked dead, and then we're going to have to, deal with that?
Dude, you got to talk about that assassin thing. What were you talking about? What? Bring that up again.
Oh, Diego went on a podcast and said that he's nervous to talk in public because he has so much dirt on the UFC that in his own words, it's a $4 billion company, and you don't think they're going to hire someone to take me out?
Are you shitting?
Like, dude, yeah, Diego's mad, man.
Dude's been watching too many
He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
He's been watching too many Netflix shows. He's been watching Designated Survivor or some shit. I don't know.
No, he's been listening to this guy who punches him in the head for fun.
What?
Yeah, literally, there's video of Diego hanging upside down like he's a kid at recess, and his coach punching him in the head and kicking him in the head. And then Fabia comes out and says that they do this 20 minutes a day
so Diego can
get used to so he can get used to the anxiety of getting hit. And you're
That's not how that works.
Hasn't he had a decade in the sport? Does he not used to being hit already?
That's not how that works at all.
It's very concerning. And then Diego says like his family's tried to come in and save him. And Diego's like, I'm cutting my family off. They don't understand, Fabia. It's a very
shocking,
concerning.
It's kind of shocking, man.
Series of events.
I didn't think he turned like that. That's quite a left turn from when you last saw him in the Ultimate Fighter.
Well, it's just sad that you watch this guy come into his life and his coaches, and not only his performance fall apart, which was the first sign that his performances were just falling apart. He was just getting smushed.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gone to a whole nother level where it's not even sport anymore. Like we're talking about this guy's future.
Yeah.
And I think if we are talking about his future, he probably does go to bare knuckle. I'm not going to mince words about it. I think he goes to bare knuckle,
and
really he completes the circle of life for people who get cut from the UFC.
It would be really dumb if he went to bare knuckle because he would get his fucking ass kicked.
Smashed.
He would get his ass kicked 100% over. I don't care. 100% he would get fucking crazy wrecked.
I mean, look what they did to Paige Van Zandt. They just threw her to the wolves on pay-per-view, and they were like, hey, here's Miss Hart. Have fun. It's definitely something.
Yeah, that's, I'm a little... Dude, the UFC is getting a little weird right now. I feel like there needs to be another intervention on safety again in the league because it's not just the way that we watch this guy's face get destroyed. Obviously someone should have stepped in first and been like, hey, this is obviously ridiculous. Number one, how does your face get that fucking crazy? There's something we've been talking about gloves for a while, and I don't know, man. He got pretty fucking cut up from those gloves. He got pretty fucking cut up.
Well, imagine what happens when he goes out there to bare knuckle inevitably.
Well, exactly, but I'm just saying from the point.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Diaz, the dude has raccoon eyes.
I'm just saying from the point of view of the UFC, how do you want you don't want your? I mean, if I was the UFC, I would not want my fighters looking that fucking destroyed after a fight.
Well, the UFC has the good benefit of it being a new sport. That no one really is going to see the deleterious effects of Chuck Liddell or any of these guys, Shogun Hua, any of these guys who have Alistair Overeem. My God, Alistair Overeem. These guys, no one's really going to watch them, into their 60s and 70s, and go on and see what Parkinson's does. You got guys in boxing like Freddie Roach He doesn't even hold mitts anymore because it hurts him so much with his hands, and his Parkinson's so bad.
Really?
And
that's sad.
it's all sad. Fighting is an awful game, but the thing that we love about it is it allows people to take control of their destiny. And it's the only sport in the entire world that you take everything.
Oh, 100%.
Everything. You're a bandit. You steal it. You know, whether you're in your hometown, from your friends, family, whoever, it doesn't matter. You take everything, and that's what we love about it. But it's hard to watch, man. Where we see it slowly exposed, you've got guys like Jason Mayhem Miller who've been arrested multiple times. I mean, the guy was arrested naked inside of a church, for Christ's sake.
It's like, that's brain damage, dude.
Guys Facebook living his arrest. Dude, like, you don't think that maybe, just maybe, somewhere between the start of his career, George beating him to death, and the end of his career, that, you know, something happens?
I guarantee. Well, not only that, remember before he even Facebook Live that whole event, he's on Twitter just like bitching out. He basically like Bam Margera himself on Twitter, just flipped the fuck out. And I don't know. Do you know what's up with Bam right now? Just to clarify, you know what Bam's up to? He got snipped. He basically Paramount Pictures was like, dude, you need to get sober or you're getting snipped from Jackass. And he just couldn't get sober, so they snipped him. And so he's been on like this Instagram rage of like, he's been just tagging Jeff Tremaine and Steve-O and Knoxville, and everyone is like, fuck you guys, and you guys are fucking faggot friends. And it's like, dude, they've been trying for 4 years to get your ass sober. Like, sorry, Dunn died. Sorry. Not to be that guy, but I've had a very good friend of mine die too. You don't roller coaster your life off the deep end and make your friends pay for it. Like, that's not... this is not how you... I don't know, man. The sucks in the fighters doing the same thing. I mean, you can't... I mean, obviously, Bam's got some goddamn brain damage, too, from all the shit he's done with Jackass. But I think when these guys die and you take the brains apart, the fighters, you're going to see the same shit you saw in Aaron... What's his name? For Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah.
I bet you're going to see that same amount of CTE or worse up in the... Because they've gotten fucking hit in the head so many goddamn times.
Well, this is where I think it's a little different. I'm actually glad you brought this up, right? Okay. So the NFL, the NBA, they're giant brands. Like, the team, people buy the jerseys.
Yep.
Like, nobody's buying an individual, like, Israel Adesanya, or Adonijay, or however you want to call him. Adesanya is actually how you pronounce it. But no one's buying that actual jersey and, you know, going on and filling stadiums and stuff.
Right.
So it puts the media in this really weird personal role where you want to know everything about that person's life. You want to know how Cody Garbrandt's kid is doing before he goes and fights. You want to know about, you know, just every little personal detail. And then you watch these guys in retirement, and you're seeing Diego do it. You're watching Stephen Bonner do it. You know, Mayhem Miller's doing it, and you're so concerned, but you can't stop watching because you watched those guys when you were younger, when you were a fan 20 years ago.
Right. Well, it's like Britney Spears, man. Or it's basically the Britney Spears of all fucking fighters.
It's one thing to say you were a Bulls fan 20 years ago, but what does that mean?
Right.
Like, does that mean that you're following every single draft pick that they make, or that you went to a Bulls game once when you were 5?
For real. Like, okay. Yeah, and not only that, you went to a bowl games once when you were 5, but like what, you watch it once, like on the weekends, you might catch a game or some shit. Like, that's not, no, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why the media is so different, because it's very easy, and we've even said it on this podcast, where it's like, give us a sports radio talk, right? Like, what's the real broad, like, 10-foot ceiling level, as opposed to the 100-foot ceiling level.
Right.
Where the hardcores are at. And that's the issue. And MMA and fighting in general, boxing, wrestling, Olympic sports, it's all at the 100-foot level because you're so deeply involved with these guys' lives because it impacts their performance. Like, look at golf. Like, dude, we've had guys threaten to walk out of tournaments because of the birth of their kid, and it directly impacts the Vegas lines.
Yeah, no. For real.
Right, like Phil Mickelson walks out because his daughter's valedictorian and people are like sending him death threats.
Dude, and not only him, but his fucking kid. The school sent the school someone sent the school like a bomb threat saying they'd blow up the school on their fucking graduation day to try to get the date moved. Like, you guys need to settle the fuck down. It's crazy
so
shit.
There's a real schism between like popular team sports and then like individual sports, where I think we get into this really weird realm, like Twilight Zone realm, where we start following these guys deep into their life. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll said you'd see Randy this weekend. Ask him what it's like to run into paparazzi.
Oh, dude, I've met him a couple times already. Like he's friends. The way I met him was he was friends with one of my other friends, and that other friend of mine happened to have passed away. But Randy's still pretty cool. He keeps up with people. He's a really nice guy. Deep down inside, he's a really nice person. I mean, yeah, outside
he's now a commentator on Professional Fighters League,
well,
where Clay Collard is starching people on main events.
Like, I don't know if this is probably non-disclosure, but I'll fucking say it anyway. He's not taking a dime from the show this weekend. He's fucking giving it all back to every other. So like whatever he makes, he's just dividing it up again amongst the other performers and just giving it to them. Like he's just he's just a G, you know. He really is a G. He's like, I got plenty of money. You guys need it more, and just fucking there you go, boys. Like, God, dude, shout out, you know, like it's so cool. He's good. He's just a genuinely good person.
Wow. But yeah, so do you want to talk a little bit about the show going forward?
This show?
This show, our podcast.
What's going forward? I mean, we can. What's going forward with it?
No more 3-week hiatuses.
Oh yeah, sure. Well obviously, I mean that you were moving and I was shooting a show, so it's one of those things, one of those weird timings. We'll try to do better at letting you guys know if we're going to be gone for a while too. I might even, if it's going to be a while, I'll just pop on, give like a 2-second update. Hey, what up? It's going to be a little bit. We're busy or whatever. We'll try to do better at that. To our sponsors, sorry, that's our bad. Sorry, I don't know what more to say. I'm sorry.
Please say sorry.
We fucked up, and we're sorry about that. So, I think that's everyone. I think we addressed the crowd. That's about everyone.
It, man.
Yeah, I think that's everyone. To our family listening, also sorry. I know that we've disappointed you greatly.
Oh, wait, they listen?
Hopefully not. I hope not. Jesus, I hope not.
Oh, Jesus. That's going to be a real revelation if they do.
I don't know, man. This has been a very, this show's been expanding pretty big, so who knows?
But yeah, all those downloads, man. When I saw that surge over the past week or whatever, that's, I don't know where it came from, but there's definitely an interest. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame that we weren't here for it. That's
that is the truth.
It's a goddamn shame we missed our own party, isn't it?
You probably could have rode that wave a little bit.
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, like it was, let's see, 120 downloads this morning, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's expanding. We're getting big.
It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. Our last episode, yeah. And I'm just going down, and every episode just has more and more downloads every time that we upload one. It gets more and more and more. So it's pretty cool. Thanks you bitches for listening. It's really nice. I haven't really met a whole lot of you. I met one person at Vegas who was like, oh, I listened to your show. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Thanks, man. He met me at a bar, actually, when I was doing a set there. This was last week, Monday. Yeah. Pretty nice guy. I don't know his name. No idea, but you're probably listening, so you know who you are.
The first of many.
Yeah, you know who you are. It's cool. I don't mind getting recognized that way. Like, it's cool. I'm cool with it. Just don't become like a stalker. I've already had 2, and I do not need that fucking experience again. I'm done with it. So, yeah, that's what. I don't know what else to say about that. Have you ever been stalked before?
Other than my cats, no.
Well, let me tell you about the joys of being stalked. Basically, you have absolutely no safety or freedom in your own house because they show up in their car at 3 in the morning and sit outside your house till 6.
Sounds stable.
It was great. Yeah, I had to call the police.
There's something to be said about consistency.
You know what? Speaking of consistency, I might even. I'm thinking about killing 2 of my podcasts because I really don't upload to them at all. I'm probably going to kill this one for sure, but, not this one that we're doing, but a different one. No one really downloads them anyway, so I was going to be like, oh, fuck it, not very interesting.
Just funnel it this way.
Yeah, I just put all my efforts into this. Oh, dude, I got someone sent me I sent you, did you read that email of the DMCA email that I got?
Oh, the one that you just sent me that I skimmed that I definitely didn't read.
Okay, yeah, that's the one. I don't know, someone sent me that about my website. I went through my website frame by frame, and I can't find a single image that I didn't either take myself or my artist guy didn't design. So like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get kind of wild suggestions, and if we're gonna put all of our efforts into this, then we'll take suggestions, segments, news, Q&As, all sorts of things.
Okay, that has nothing to do with what I just talked about.
It has everything to do with what
I
you
just talked about.
You got feedback, and that person was insane.
I guess so. But
so we take all sorts of feedback here.
I just don't understand what the fuck they were like. Here, let me just read the email. I got it pulled up here. Let me just read it. Click, click, click. Form submission from Amy Harper. Hi there. My name is Amy.
Oh wow, the total doxing.
Your website.
Can we beep that in post?
No, I'm not bleeping it. It's an open forum submission. I mean, you can.
Oh my gosh.
Your website or a website that your company hosts is infringing on the copyright-protected images owned by myself. And take a look at this document with links to my images you used at your website, jakeridercomedy.com, and earlier publications to obtain evidence of my copyrights. Download it here and check this out for yourself. You click on the link and it goes to a 404 page, so it's a broken link. And the email that she provided is a broken email address too, so that's cool.
Oh, it's just a fish.
Do you think it's a fish? It says https sites.google.com. It's an official Google site, though. Maybe. Either way, I'm trying to find out
the 404. That's weird. Definitely. Yeah, I'm not worried about that one.
Good. Because I already have to deal with some shit right now, and I'm not worried about another fucking legal litigation. If I have to be deposed one more fucking time, it'll be too soon. Anyway.
On that note.
JFK did 9/11. I think that's it. I think that's all.
That's it.
Epstein
I'm happy,
didn't
man.
kill himself. Have a good week, everyone.